Hello, and good day. So what do we have here? But we have a 1541, and it certainly has what I would call a short board. But, alas, things are not happy in 1541 land, and that is why I have this other 1541 right next to it. And what have I done? But this drive next to it, I have reached all the wires over to the board. All the wires are going over to this board, so that this board can run this drive. On this new board, older versions, this was much easier. On this new one, the actual head, the read-write head plug is here. This makes it much more challenging to accomplish this, but it can be done because, of course, I have done it. So what have I found out about this drive is that it does seem that the circuit board on the very short board seems to be quite fine. Because it makes the drive mechanism here. Here's the short board. Here's the drive mechanism that I'm got it hooked up to. It works just fine on the short board, or connected to the short board. But the drive within the short board drive, there are issues. I have cleaned the head, but there are still issues. It could be alignment. I do also remember, I was reading online, there was a fellow who went out a whole bunch of drives, and he did find that there were some, and there were more failures like this within Neutronix drives than others, where the heads were just bad. Screwed, ruined, move on, use another drive mechanism. So, I'm not one to give up yet, but, you know, there comes a time. But parts are always good. So, I will tinker some more. I do like, you know what I like about this shortboard version is that every time you put a disc in, the drive spins. Which, it may not sound like much, but you know, long ago, when I worked at T-Pug, if you just took a 4040 disk drive and loaded in disks and said back up D0 to D1, oftentimes, more often, things would fail on the copy. They would. And how did you correct this? Well, the best thing you could do was what they called tickle the drive, and that is issue the command, but once the drive got spinning, close the destination door. Now, when I had bunches and bunches of 4040s lined up on top of each other, you know, you still had to be fast, but it was all fine. So, by tickling the drive, it vastly improved the percentage of copies that worked. So anyway, it's nice to see that eventually they figured out that they should just have the drive automatically do the tickling. So, here is a 1541 with a medium-sized board, 1541 with a short board, and I will continue to test. But if you are trying to figure out how to make these things work, you know, I could take the drive mechanism out. I could take the board out, take the drive mechanism out, take all this stuff. But really, putting this drive on its backwards and next to the other drive, and this drive on its side, saves a whole lot of, well, screwing around, I suppose. Because I can get my answer and then know in what direction I should carry on. So, enough for now. I will continue with my testing and tinkering. Any comments? Any questions? If you have some enlightening word, I would love to hear it. I was told this shortboard drive worked. And I'm sure at some point it did, but not anymore. Thank you for coming. Stay tuned on how all this works out. Bye for now.